City of Washington, D.C. chapter cooperates with a charity group to distribute food and masks. U.S. city volunteers hold an online water repentance sutra adaptation. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. The pandemic impacts disadvantaged families. City of Washington, D.C. chapter has planned a mid to long-term aid plan that collaborated with charity groups to send food and masks.
It started to rain, but that doesn't stop volunteers from delivering love to families in need. As promised, they've arrived.
We're really grateful to have the opportunity to partner with ERFSC this month for food distribution.
Tzu Chi Washington, D.C. chapter has been enforcing the mid-long-term aid plan since July, collaborating with local charity organizations. Young people joined in, participating in this event.
It's pretty hot and pretty rainy today, but I'm glad I managed to see everyone and that we all managed to come out. It was some pretty heavy lifting, but I'm glad we managed to also pull through.
It's so nice to see all the safety precautions that everyone has put into place to still serve others and while being safe.
14. Food packages and masks may help disadvantaged families through the harsh times during the pandemic. These essentials are especially needed in the Elder Center.
Hey baby, how are you? Got a little gift for you.
Tzu Chi means compassion in Chinese, and Chi means relief. That means like a relief with compassion.
We are happy to have this partnership today so that we could better administer food to our residents. Again, the partnership we welcome, and I think I have it right, Tzu Chi, so this is great. The Tzu Chi Foundation, I learned a lot today.
With the help and teamwork of charity organizations, love and care has been properly sent out in order to repair communities damaged by the pandemic.
In Zhangzhou, China, to conduct preliminary visits ahead of delivering love in the winter, more than 100 volunteers visited 149 families in need. Having broken her legs 2 months ago, 85-year-old Hong Jing-yin can only lie in bed as the volunteers visit her.
The sachimas and cookies are for you. Wish you a speedy recovery. The leg wound will heal soon. Best wishes to you.
To conduct preliminary visits ahead of delivering love in the winter, 126 Zhangzhou city volunteers divided into teams to visit families in 3 towns and townships. Grandma Hong, who has received 8 supplies last year, said that the gifts are very practical.
This blanket is from Taiwan, the blanket we gave this year before and this one. There is also a comforter. Is it good? You like it, right? The master said that we should give the residents the best quality items.
In the farming village, young people have left their hometown to work, leaving behind solitary seniors. 90-year-old Chen Chahua, whose husband and son have passed away, cannot hold back her tears as she recalls life's difficulties.
You have these grandnephews to take care of you. You should be happy. They have taken very good care of you. If you still cry, they will feel terrible.
The volunteers' comforting words have calmed the seniors. Grandpa Zhen, who is paralyzed from the waist down, is usually by himself during the day. As the volunteers come, he finally has someone to talk with.
We should harbor gratitude every day. We should be grateful that we woke up, can move our limbs, open our eyes, and talk. We should seize every day and be happy every day.
City volunteers' love and care have opened up the seniors' closed minds. They also made a promise to meet again at the end of the year. In Taiwan, 96-year-old recycling volunteer Xu Pida was born in Little Kingman. He hosted Taiwanese opera troupe in Little Kingman before. Then he also worked in South Asia for 13 years when he was young. In his late years, he has been volunteering at Liye Recycling Station in Zhonghe.
预备，报！
早期在金门那时候战斗都很困苦。
He is a very optimistic person. No matter the age, he talks with seniors and young people. He likes to go to places to talk with people and make friends.
办大小客们我阮遐有咧表演，每一年都来大客们各样呢做表演，小客们有一片欢喜，就是我。那阮老爸种的。
你即马感觉会晓唱歌戏？
我是欢喜的主持人嘛。
哦。
你唔知啊？清早是去来，当咧人，我知影心内，可怜来小人啊，我知的心啊，真说声无声。
I cannot sing at a higher pitch. I'd been performing Taiwanese opera. If I make this gesture, it represents a female character. This gesture is for the elderly performer. This is for the male character. Sometimes he goes to the factory. He goes there to get some money from his third son. When people ask him to buy many bread, he always says no problem.
阿公，你大概来拢买遮济是无？
阮孙，阮囝，全部在马蹄厝。
哦，人多吼。
谁有办法去吃那么多呢？老三就是想到。
How can we eat so much bread? Then, our third brother thought that since we have contact with Tzu Chi, he told Tzu Chi's sisters to let our father to do recycling here.
The grandpa comes every day. He's usually here before we get here. We have to prepare the materials for him, or else he's too old to prepare things. If we help him prepare the materials, he will tear the paper continuously. I'll tell him, Grandpa, remember to drink water. Then he will drink water. If not, he will continue to do the work.
Grandpa is the oldest volunteer in our life recycling station. He is already 97 years old, but he doesn't look like a person of that age. His energy level and spirit are very good, and he always smiles.
Three months after my big sister was born, my father went to South Asia to work for 13 years. He likes to tell people about his experience.
啊，你去印尼呀？你去印尼去做啥呢？
做了，印尼，做了，去印尼，去13年啊。
去印尼13年啦。
哎，在日本小王，我来做。
你去遐创啥？
做工啊。
It is not easy as he's already 96 years old. If it gets hot at 10 o'clock, he wants to go home.
印尼话，
要，去就会，也要找来的，如完了飞机，如完了飞机，我就买个掉，这样你冇看到戏，我来你加班。
你安尼讲就听有啦，吼。
This is his fixed schedule. Sometimes, when it rains, we tell him not to go there. He still goes there. He also goes there on typhoon days. My father loves to go to the recycling station. Sometimes, early in the morning, he would come to my place at 6 o'clock. I would tell him that people won't go to the recycling station till 8 o'clock. Then someone will give him a ride. While there, he can talk with people and do recycling. He is very happy doing it. Sometimes, when our neighbors or soldiers got injured, they would go to my house to get massaged by my father. My father never charged them. He did it when we were little. The reason that my father has a long life is probably because he is very optimistic.
In Taipei Xinyi District, there's a city recycling station and Wuxing recycling station. Since it is difficult to find a suitable location for recycling in a commercial residential area, the station has relocated 4 times since 2002. Currently, as the rent lease expires by the end of the year, the recycling station has to move again. The land near Taipei 101 is expensive. However, as one walks into this alley in Xinyi District, one finds a small place. The 130 square meter space has to accommodate 30-some volunteers. The PET bottles and paper are piled up, and volunteers also have to cram into the space to do recycling work.
There was weeds. It was very messy and dirty.
Recalling the history of Xinyi Wuxing recycling station, from 2002 till now, the station has been relocated 4 times because the landlord wanted to use the space himself. The current location was rented after a buffet restaurant stopped running.
After taking a look at the place, we felt that it was not bad. It looked very crude and dirty. Because the previous tenants ran a buffet restaurant, the wall was very greasy. The place was very messy and dirty. Despite that, we thought it is still good, as long as we clean up the place.
Unfortunately, as the current location is designated for urban renewal and the lease ends at the end of the year, the recycling station has to move again.
We're happy and healthy, right?
Volunteers cannot hold back their tears because they have too many good memories of the recycling station. They do not know if they can find another suitable location.
I feel terrible about it. The volunteers are like my family, caring for me. They are like family.
We must continue to protect the environment because it allows the public to know that Tzu Chi as a religious organization is helping people.
The volunteers do not expect people will land in a venue as they're in a commercial and residential area. They face difficulties in finding someone willing to rent a place to them.
Sometimes people have a peculiar opinion about a recycling station, saying the place is dirty and smelly. They don't want to rent it to us. We face such difficulties every day. At 10 o'clock, we will pray together. Maybe because we had high hopes, we were disappointed.
The volunteers hope they can find a good landlord so they can continue to run the recycling station and protect the environment. In the United States, as the pandemic impacts many people's lives, city volunteers have been inviting people to adopt a vegetarian diet. In addition, they held an online water repentance sutra adaptation. In 12 locations through the United States, city volunteers invite people to join online water repentance Dharma assembly 40 minutes before it begins.
We have overcome all kinds of difficulties. I believe that the United States will become peaceful.
We have to solve connection problems. We also have to watch our mobile phones because there are unforeseen circumstances. We need to contact each other, and our connection is simultaneous with our counterparts in Taiwan so they can see our footage.
让我们台湾也可以看得到我们的画面。
Through sutra adaptation in the United States, we can invite people to embrace vegetarianism, rampant, and study the sutra. We hope to eliminate all the disasters.
场地布置组呢布置得非常的。
The setup team has decorated the venue very well. The design has the meaning of embracing the sentient beings. In addition, we place a chair for the master, so the atmosphere is very stately.
所以整个道气的非常的棒。
During the 7th lunar month, U.S. City volunteers held an online sutra adaptation and also invite people to pledge to eat more than 2 million vegetarian meals.
In the U.S., the number of people embracing vegetarianism is increasing. We will not stop when the sutra adaptation is over, as we'll continue to step forward.
In Canada, a city volunteer held a mini gathering at his backyard. In correspondence to the eco-friendly picnic day, 0 disposable utensils were used and all the meals were handmade.
In response to vegetarianism and eco-friendliness, my family, together with a few Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, organized a simple dinner at my backyard.
In response to vegetarianism and eco-friendliness, a Tzu Chi volunteer organized a picnic at his backyard. There were a variety of delicious dishes, and 0 disposable tableware was used.
Surprise!
Besides the very creative fruit sandwich, there were also handmade sushi, which were very delicious.
一定会加黄瓜，因为我觉得这样那个苏许会特别的香。还有就是这一样也是黄萝卜，我也会一定加。
This is my own way of making sushi. It's not a professional way. I'm just sharing with all of you my methods.
After adopting a vegetarian diet, I feel more energetic and my skin condition has also improved a lot. I hope that everyone can also embrace a vegetarian diet.
Practicing eco-friendly vegetarianism is not only good for our health, but at the same time, it also helps protect our earth.
Every year during Auspicious Month, city volunteers promote vegetarianism to various companies and communities. Let's take a look at the volunteers in Linkou and Songshan districts.
During the auspicious month, Tzu Chi volunteers from Songshan district walked into the company to promote righteous thoughts and vegetarianism, and invited a senior Tzu Chi volunteer with rich volunteering experience to share her story.
I think the experience Sister Tzu shared was very great and amazing. So I want to learn from her from now on not to complain about anything anymore.
Office workers seized a short lunch break to listen to volunteers sharing and purify their minds, then applying what they learned in their daily lives.
I am very grateful to Tzu Chi for spreading this great love to every corner of society, so that it is not filled with businesses only. I think we should help pass on the love.
This sharing and promotion also appeared in a community in Linkou district of New Taipei City. Invited by a Tai Chi club, volunteers promote vegetarianism to its members in the morning.
Originally, we live with these creatures in the same planet. If everyone can change his eating habits, we can reduce some diseases. I think this is good for everyone and all sentient beings.
Going vegetarian is a healthy lifestyle. At home, I will try to eat more vegetarian food.
The change of one's action may also mobilize the whole family. Let's begin adopting vegetarian to save animal lives from every household.
New Taipei City's Guangzhou Buddhist Temple, the Queen Mother of the West Temple, and Tzu Chi are working together to promote vegetarianism. They provided vegetarian meal boxes for the local community.
For the past 2 months, Tzu Chi volunteers in Xiji area have been putting their efforts into making delicious vegetarian meal boxes for the events held with Guangzhou Buddhist Temple and Queen Mother of the West Temple.
This time we made over 3,000 lunch meals for the local residents. Everyone really enjoyed the food, and we got feedback that they would like us to do this again next time, and they hope to be able to eat our delicious vegetarian meals every day.
In total, the 4 vegetarian meal sessions has been backed by the Dharma masters at the Guangzhou Temple.
Our feedback has been positive because the meals you provided are delicious. We need to thank these bodhisattvas for putting in the effort in cooking the meals. Also, besides the deliciousness, there is much more to be thankful for.
One thought can prevent hundreds of disasters. If you eat only one vegetarian meal, it can still help the planet avoid suffering.
With positive energy added into the community, the Boro head has seen the impact in his community.
Everyone was just observing at the beginning. The first session we had only about 30 sign-ups. In the second session we had about 120. Then we continued with holding steady at about 110 lunch meals, which means vegetarianism has slowly spread in our borough.
Actually, Queen Mother of the West and Guanyin Buddha has been encouraging people to become vegetarians, but I didn't have the ability to influence so many people. So thanks to Dharma Master Da Hui, Master Zheng Ye, and the volunteers for this event. Thank you.
Though the vegetarian meal event is ending, the vegetarian lifestyle continues on for those who believe.
In central New Taipei City, city volunteers held auspicious month blessing ceremonies in a park, sports stadium, and night market. To invite community residents to the blessing ceremony, Sanchong City volunteers visited them door to door a week before the event.
7th lunar month is an auspicious month. Let us form a good affinity with you. Thank you. Our best wishes to you.
On the day of the event, there was music being played at Futian Park. Volunteers served tea and performed interesting skits to encourage people to reduce the use of plastics.
As the pandemic affects the world, we as Tzu Chi volunteers should take the first step and promote environmental protection in the neighborhood. We can truly love the earth by doing recycling and embracing vegetarianism.
To love the earth, one should do recycling and adopt a vegetarian diet. Many residents agree with the concept.
I eat vegetarian food for breakfast and on Mondays the whole day. Sometimes when I feel a bit low, I will eat vegetarian food, so I'm not opposed to the idea. Vegetarian food is not as heavy, it is good.
On the same day, city volunteers not only hold the blessing ceremony at Futian Park, they also promote vegetarianism in Sanchong Sports Stadium and Sanhe Night Market.
As you eat a vegetarian meal, you can make a check, 2 checks, or 2 vegetarian meals. This is a pledge you can keep to yourself, not to me. Wish us all good health and safety.
During the 7th lunar month, people are no longer superstitious and they sincerely pray for safety and good fortune. Chile and Paraguay city volunteers have delivered daily supplies to disadvantaged families. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you. Goodbye.